So let's talk about another room. You know, there's been rumors of of guy like running back like Christian McCaffrey being leaked to the 49ers. You know, obviously I think the 49ers have gotten their RB1 right with, Mitchell. He's definitely going to be coming in and having a major role. Now, Mostert, still one of the most explosive backs that the 49ers have had during this tenure. However, he is somebody who's oft injured. He's coming off a season-ending injury. I love seeing, I know you're a social media guy as well. He's just such a great teammate. He's always tweeting these guys. He's always on his Instagram posting great stuff about the team. He loves being a 49er. But should the 49ers bring back Mostert? And if your answer is yes, in what role should he be playing in?
I would absolutely, without hesitation, bring back Raheem Mostert. His explosiveness is so important to the 49ers offense, and the role that I would have him play is the exact role that he played in 2019 when he had his most success. He's not a bell cow. He's not, although he can do it, a guy that should be getting the ball in between the tackles and trying to lower his shoulder over defenders. And he has that mentality. I've seen him run. We've all seen him run that hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to see him just being a 7-8 touch a game kind of guy, very similarly to how he was in 2019. And he was not getting the ball a whole lot the first 8-9 weeks of the 2019 season. Then he just kind of exploded and bursted onto the scene a little bit, and his workload really increased. And I think that he was able to last as long as he did all the way throughout the Super Bowl just by not playing that much in the beginning of the year. And I would love to see the 49ers bring back Raheem Mostert. I would love to see him get a $2-3 million contract. He's a team captain. I mean, that's important. You touched on the kind of person he is. He fits in extremely well to the locker room. He's a hard worker. I love his story. There's so much to love about Raheem Mostert, and I do think his explosiveness is such an important part to the 49ers offense. And I would bring him back, especially because I was pretty disappointed with Jeff Wilson, not necessarily as a player, but just because he wasn't getting the ball that much. And it was just a disappointing season from Jeff Wilson. We found out after the draft that he was going to need knee surgery, or already had knee surgery. And then when he comes back, I was thinking, here's a guy that I thought, based on how he ended last season, the 2020 season, 2 seasons ago, I guess you could say, he was looking good. I thought he was going to be the 49ers starting running back before they went ahead and drafted Trey Sermon and Elijah Mitchell. And then you find out he gets hurt. And I thought he should have been running back number 1, or Raheem Mostert running back number 2. And to see him have a disappointing year like that, where he went like 4 weeks in a row after he had a very strong game against the Titans. I think that was the last time that we were without Elijah Mitchell. He did not touch the ball against the Texans. He did not touch the ball against the Rams. He did not touch the ball against the Cowboys, the Packers. He didn't touch the ball against the Rams in the championship game. Where did Jeff Wilson Jr. go? So that was very discouraging, because I've always been really, really high on him. I love the way he runs. And if he's in Kyle Shanahan's doghouse, they're running back, I love Raheem Mostert coming back, or Matt Breida.
Yeah. Breida's been out there and he's shown some flashes, but Buffalo. He's also somebody that can't stay healthy, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, it was quite strange. You brought up a really good point. Kyle Shanahan only really trusted Elijah Mitchell out of that running back room. Trey Sermon didn't get much run. Even Hasty didn't get much run. Obviously you just brought up Jeff Wilson Jr. and obviously, Mostert was injured. But I could see them bringing him back just because it's the guy that it seems like Kyle trusts when he's out there, but he has to be managed better. And it's not like he was managed better anyways. He had 2 carries for 20 yards and then got injured. You know what I mean?
Explosive carries to his credit.
So it wasn't like they were overusing him or whatever, but it's just kind of like, I don't know, with Anthony Lynn. Anthony Lynn is obviously a guy who has overseen some really good running games. I just wonder if there's going to be a brand new overhaul of running backs that they bring in. Guys who maybe are a little bit more dual threats that could catch the ball out of the backfield. I think they know Elijah Mitchell is going to be RB1. I think they got to give Trey Sermon a chance to really, get some more play because you drafted him so high. Mostert would be nice, but, you just too many of these guys are just injury prone, Nick, as far in that running back room. If we can't keep bringing guys off of the practice squad because we're giving positions to starters that just can't stay healthy.
Definitely.
And I just feel like Mostert, with however much I love him and however much upside he has, man, you got to stay healthy, man. Like
Definitely.
you can't keep, putting us in situations where we have to pull guys off of the couch to be able to come play. So I think the 49ers just have to make smarter decisions about who they're going to bring in, because if you're only going to keep maybe like 4 running backs and then obviously with Juice there, those 4 guys have to be consistently available, and 2 of them you already know is going to be Trey and Mitchell.
Elijah Mitchell.
So the other 2, they have to be guys that are going to be able to be available day in and day out. And Mostert's just not been able to prove that he's that guy.
I wouldn't get into a bidding war with a team like Miami, because I could definitely see McDaniel trying to get Mostert to Miami to kind of help propel his offense. I could definitely see that. And they've had a running back by committee approach for such a long time in Miami. Having guys like Miles Gaskins and Salvan Ahmed, who the 49ers signed as an undrafted free agent. So I'm sure they would love some stability there, and maybe throw an extra $1 million or $2 million to pry Raheem Mostert away from an offer from the Niners. But I definitely, if it's reasonable, I would love to see him come back.
Right.